forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer. With boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Is anybody taking me on? Is anybody listening my songs? Here I come. I've been singing songs for and about my people for damn near all my life. I've been singing songs that would educate and keep us from self-hatred and strife. I've sung songs that will keep us living the good life that we love to see. I've sung songs that would simply tell us the way that black people ought to be. In our quest for success, I tell them we are lagging too far behind. But something deep inside me tell me somehow I feel I'm wasting my time. Am I wasting another song to tell black children go to school and learn? Am I wasting another song to tell them we have to respect our own? Am I wasting another song to tell them be careful of what you do? Am I wasting another song to tell them oh yes, we still care about you? Am I wasting another song to tell them please stop indulging in wrong? Am I wasting? Am I wasting? Am I wasting another song? I've been looking on at my people of today and of long ago, and I keep asking the same question, where did we go wrong? Well, I don't know. looking at these strange adoption that don't belong to you or me. It's a total alien reflection. God know that I don't like what I see. Where would our youth of tomorrow be if we follow the trend of today? I don't know whose fault, but we must put a halt, cause we just can't go on this way. Am I wasting another song to tell young black children, pull up your pants? Am I wasting another song to tell them, yes, please give yourself a chance? Am I wasting another song to tell them, on your shoulder you have a race? Am I wasting another song to tell them, it's time that we find our place? Am I wasting another song to tell them, we've been going backwards too long? Am I wasting? Am I wasting? Good God, am I wasting another song? I am an eternal optimist, and to give up I never will. But of course I do get tired, because I am human still. Though we looking at a bleak future, in its face we have to be strong. Time to look back at what time taught us. Yes, it's time we correct our wrong. This can never be a mistake. This is self-hate in disguise. Time we open our eyes and realize we are creating our own demise. Am I wasting another song to tell young black boys, please put down your gun? Am I wasting another song to tell them it's yourself you have on the run? Am I wasting another song to tell them this can never be your best? Am I wasting another song to tell them it's your people that's under stress? Am I wasting another song to tell them be black, be proud and be strong? Am I wasting? Am I wasting? Am I wasting another song?
Wake up, rise up.
Is anybody hearing me?
Energy.
Is anybody listening?
To start your
Is anybody taking me on? Is anybody listening to my songs? Here I come.
Is anybody out there?
I've been singing songs
Is anybody listening?
for damn near all my life. I've been singing songs that would educate.
Am I wasting another song? Yeah. Hey everybody, good morning to you. Yes, I see you. Yes, I see you.
I've sung songs that would simply tell us the way that
Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning to Tobago.
in our quest for success I
How
tell
are you doing? Everything good?
we are lagging too far behind.
Good morning to our neighbors in the Caribbean.
Me tell me
How are you doing?
how I feel.
Everything good?
Me time. Am I wasting another
Good
song?
morning to all our friends, our families.
Am I wasting another
Diaspora people, good day to you. How are you doing?
to own? Am I
Good morning, everybody. And of course, I thank you so much for making us your choice and getting up with us each and every day.
wasting another song to
This is New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio,
Am I wasting
the heartbeat of the Caribbean. And yes, we are taking you above
wrong?
and beyond.
Wasting
Such a beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous, incredible day on the outside.
another song.
And we're going to give God thanks and praises for life. And so thank you, Heavenly Father, for bringing us together for another day. All that we do, dear God, everything that we do, let it be a blessing, honor to you, people. I am yours truly, Sir Charles. Check it in. Happy am I to be in this space this morning,
I've been looking on at my people of today.
as I am every morning, as we invite you and welcome you to the Get Up and Go. Remember, this is your number one breakfast show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here, we bring in the soca way.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Morocco's Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your double or your
And yeah, you can grab it now. Grab it very quickly and get here. Hey, everybody, good morning. And of course, welcome to the breakfast show. Of course, your Sir Charles, Wendell Stevens, and Richard Raghubar Singh. Trust, we're going to bring you information and we are going to make you have a really fantastic day. So let me say good morning to my co-host, Richard, who I'm sure will join us at some point in time. And of course, Wendell. Wendell, good evening.
Good evening. How gozaimasu? Yes, good evening. Good evening, Sir Charles. Good evening, Richard Raghubar Singh. Good evening, listeners and viewers all over the globe. It's an absolutely beautiful Tuesday evening here in.
Yeah, but Wendell is sleeping.
Well, you listen, from moving from waking up to do the show to staying up and doing the show, it's been tough. My eyes are bloodshot red now.
Yeah, because sometimes it's like last night, and I said okay, we chatting, but then I check any time. I say we're it now. It done gone through that whole cycle already. He up already.
Yeah. I have to stay up now to do the show.
Yeah.
I don't have to wake up to do the show. I have to fight to stay up. But it's all good. It's all good.
Wow.
These sacrifices I'm accustomed to doing, especially for these miserable people sometimes and on the breakfast show.
No, I'm getting better, man.
Yeah. But we're here. We're happy to be in the land of the living. Happy birthday to those who are celebrating birthdays today. Today is April 21st, is it? Yes, it is. April 20th. Well, it's the Prime Minister's birthday, isn't it today?
I'm not too sure.
I think her birthday is around this time, If it's not today, it's tomorrow. But I know she is somewhere this part of April.
Okay.
This part of April. Her birthday is somewhere this part of April. I think it might be today. But happy birthday to those celebrating birthdays. Let me see if I could get it. My Facebook page has been so busy lately. Where are they? Where are my birthdays, people? Where are my birthdays? I know for sure I have birthdays today of people who are on this show. So let me find it for you. Go on. All right, I'll get them. All right, here it is. Right, happy birthday to Denise Alexander, John Austin Joseph. He was a former alderman, I think. Shelley Timothy Charles. Happy birthday, Shelley. David Nelson, who I think listens to us. Ade Jerry, my good friend out there in London. Christine Singh and Denise Scott. They are all celebrating birthdays today. Have an absolutely fantastic day. And if it is the Prime Minister, it's either today or tomorrow. It's her birthday. I'm sure about it. Somebody will put it in the chat, I'm sure. Victor Michelle, when is your Prime Minister birthday? You're supposed to know. I think it's either today or tomorrow. But if it is today, happy birthday, Prime Minister.
Okay, well, we want to wish her and everybody else who's celebrating birthdays. I don't have any birthdays today. I have one birthday this week. Actually two, no, Friday and Saturday. I know people who are celebrating birthdays this week, so I have to wait until then to celebrate. Of course, the president's birthday is coming up.
Which president?
The tea room president.
When is his birthday?
Friday.
Yeah. This Friday, yeah?
This Friday.
Don't make joke. Okay. All right. So do something special.
As I mentioned to you, let me also say good morning to GP, who I know is probably on the road and listening to us. Good morning, G.
Yeah, she messaged me early this morning. Messaged me early. What's she message me and tell me?
I've heard from her for a few days, but
no, she tell me everyone here crazy except me. Yeah. Right. Morning, Richard.
You say everybody crazy except you in Japan?
Yeah.
Good morning, guys. Good morning to our listeners and viewers, wherever you are across the planet. Good morning on this Tuesday morning, and of course, Good morning to my co-host Wendell and Sir Charles. What's the weather like in Japan, though, Wendell, since you've been there?
Absolutely beautiful weather. They say that I brought the sun. When I went to New York, they say I brought the sun there because it was cold, and as I reached there, it started to get warm. And the same thing happened in Japan. It's warm and nice, but because we by a river close to the sea too, it's cool, but it's not hot. It's not hot and sticky, but it's absolutely perfect. You could wear shorts outside and so on.
You by a river?
We by the sea actually, because I'm actually could look out and see the cruise ships, and there are a lot of cruisers all over the place. People who've gone on cruises, even at the hotel we're in, they come in here and so on. So there are hundreds of people around who coming out from the cruise ships.
Have you met any Chinese besides the obvious ones who you would have met like manager and stuff?
No. I actually met today a Japanese gentleman, because when we went to the train station, of course, everything is in Japanese. So you have to kind of work your way around the language. And this gentleman apparently overheard Uber and said, well, I know English. And so he started to help us decide how to get to where we were going, right? And then he said, where are you all from? So we said Trinidad and Tobago. And he said he's been here. He's been to Trinidad and Tobago with the Navy. Apparently he was in the Japanese Navy, and he said he visited Trinidad and Tobago on a Navy ship, and also to Cuba. It was some assignment back in the day. But Japanese people like they don't age, you know. I swear.
No, they reach an age and they just stop, you know.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. And the skin don't wrinkle. They are amazing people. They are amazing. But that's the only person we met from Japan who's been to Trinidad and Tobago. Most people don't know the language, and they don't even know. You can't begin to tell them where Trinidad and Tobago is.
What has happened? Any updates on the earthquake? Has it you got any information? Did it do any damage?
Well, the place that was affected by the earthquake most is Hokkaido, and they were under the tsunami watch, and they were asking them to evacuate. But I haven't seen any news on it again since. I don't know.
I think it discontinued the tsunami watch. I saw that somewhere, you know, it gets blurry whether it's social media or actual news. Yeah. But I saw that it discontinued the tsunami.
Yeah. But Japan, of course, is known as the most disciplined society on earth. You could Google it. You know, this place, you don't speak loudly on the trains. You don't use your phone. Well, you don't speak on your phone. You could swipe on your phone, but you don't speak. As I say, it's just such an orderly, and it's spotless.
So I mean, you wouldn't have a conversation on the train on your phone?
No, it's not polite to do so.
Or it would be on the phone saying, nah, get it in!
Yeah.
It's our. Things like that.
No.
I coming up on this. I'll be there just now. Hold on.
Nah. I don't know how managers make out here, because he loud managed to talk, carry on. But then he drives his own vehicle, so he doesn't.
He knows where to be loud.
Yeah. But no, it's a very disciplined society, and there are no garbage bins. You know, we like to talk about no garbage bins. You don't get trash on the road. People take the trash back wherever they are, to wherever they can dispose of it, because nothing is on the street. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
I've never seen a place as clean as this.
Yeah, that is super disciplined.
Yeah, I've never seen a place as clean as this.
I kind of do that sometimes. I will keep my garbage with me until I get to a place where I can dispose of it.
Yeah, my car is be full of garbage. All the water bottles and whatever.
Your car is the bin.
You need to go and clean out the car when you come back.
No, but I've never traveled with Wendell where he didn't have to move something.
That's how you will have to be like Slum calling. You have to pull up the car somewhere and use one of the big garbage dumps.
No, I do that. I don't throw out anything from my vehicle until I get.
Until you get to that point. But I'm anal about it because and I'll tell you how ridiculous I am. Once there's garbage in my car, it's the first point at which I see a garbage bin at where I'm going en route. So if I'm going somewhere and I say, okay, I'm stopping off in Rituals or Starbucks to get a coffee, they get in the garbage. Whatever it is. It can be a water bottle,
Most times it is a water bottle for me.
One solitary water bottle that somebody leave on the passenger door. And that is harassing my mind that there is garbage in my car. That is how I am about it.
Yes.
It just disturbs my sense of if I see stuff around.
Yeah. I tend sometimes to carry around one of those either the little massy bags or something. So I put them in it, you know what I mean? But it's mostly water bottles for me. Or soft drink bottle or something of the sort. It's mostly that.
Yeah. I must dispose of. I must get a point at which I'm still garbage. But I see. But to me, because Trinidad is what it is, and we are less disciplined than the Japanese about toting your own garbage, because many people already don't care. Now there are a lot of people that do. So it's a kind of, I don't know if it's 50-50 or it's 70-30 or 70. And that the people who will not litter are the majority. I want to believe in Trinidad.
No, I don't. No,
I want to believe that too, Richard. I believe the majority of people are.
Don't want to.
Don't litter?
But some really don't care. They really don't care. They finish, drink, whatever, and they're just going to pitch it wherever they are. They pitch it. And
I think that's 70%.
What's that?
No.
I think that's 70%, Richard.
No, I feel that is
because I'm in the business of cleaning. Because I'm in the business of cleaning. You understand? I think it's 70% of us litter in Trinidad. And 30% don't. Yeah.
I don't know. I want to believe that it's the 70 that don't, and the 30% just everywhere. But I mean, there is no data I can really rely on to say, well, what is it? But you also, in a Trinidad and Tobago context, don't have enough bins. So even in Arima, I don't know that there is any bin in Arima. And I know in Port of Spain there are some, but you gotta walk for a while, and I don't know. And I'm sure there must be some set international practice after every 30 meters. There's supposed to be a bin or whatever in terms of urban design. I don't know what it is.
So hold on. So what happened to all the bins that they had commissioned not too long ago in Arima? And when did they have a big commission in the bins?
I think so.
Somewhere where they are sticking pictures where they brought out these set of bins and when that was Arima.
I don't know where those bins are. I've not seen them. Maybe I'm missing them. Maybe I don't walk around Arima enough to see where those bins are. No, I'm not saying that Arima is. Arima goes through a dirty period, but it's cleaned up, by the borough workers and stuff like that. But the issue of discipline, which is what you're talking about, Wendell, means you have to start instilling that discipline by having the infrastructure that inculcates the discipline about garbage and stuff like that. And of course, vagrants and stuff don't really help. In terms of the homeless, they don't really help.
I haven't seen a homeless person in Japan either. I haven't seen a homeless person in Japan. Surprisingly, I saw in China, but I have not seen a homeless person in Japan.
All right, guys, let me interrupt you all for a minute. Let's do our good news and come back.
Across the world, a new chapter in space exploration is unfolding. On April 1st, 2026, NASA successfully launched the Artemis II mission from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. This historic mission sent 4 astronauts on a journey around the moon, marking the first time in over 50 years that humans have traveled this far into deep space. The crew includes NASA astronauts Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Koch, along with Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen. Together they represent not just one nation, but a global effort to push the boundaries of human exploration. During the mission, the crew will travel thousands of kilometers beyond the far side of the moon, farther than any human has gone in decades. This journey is more than symbolic. It is a critical step in NASA's long-term plan to return humans to the lunar surface and eventually send astronauts to Mars. Engineers, scientists, and space agencies from around the world have worked together to make this mission possible. It's a reminder of what can be achieved when countries collaborate toward a shared goal. Back on Earth, millions are watching with excitement and pride. For young people especially, missions like this are inspiring a new generation to dream bigger, whether in science, technology, or exploration. Because today, we are not just looking at the moon, we are preparing to go back and beyond. That's good news on NETT Radio. Follow our channels and listen at netradiott.com for more great content.
But did that guy just end that good news? Giving an advertisement for NETT Radio, TT.
Of course.
But what deal is this?
Yes, we are branding, you know.
Aye. Well done.
Yeah, well done, Sir John. Well done.
Very well done.
We should really be playing the chat.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Valerie Mendoza came in at midnight. That's 12 a.m. Good morning to the breakfast team. Margaret Thomas, good morning. Eva Smith, blessed rising to Wendell, Richard, and Sir Charles. Robert Allen, Suzanne Jessup, that's Suzanne, Suzette, Corrine, Mrs. Gemma, Maria H., and Maria S. I hope I got them all. Felix Kazoo, good morning. Kenny and Harlem, Eunice Dublin, Manuela Peters, Apollinas, Diane Payne, Odell Guy out there in Sangre Grande, Pamela O'Connor, Erica Charles, Marcia Rock in Orlando, Florida, Alistair Hart down in San Fernando, Boy B. Dacey from Debe, Sherwin and Juliet Kerr in Arima, Anthony Tinto out there in Ontario, in Toronto. Happy birthday to Marcus Bartholomew. Have a great day. Happy birthday, Marcus, from Anthony Tinto and, of course, from the Breakfast Crew. Debbie Modest, Marlon Motley in North Valsayn, Michael Cadet, Carol Guevara in Chaguanas, Robert Taylor in Fernandina Beach, Arlene Lewis, Kurt Hope in Nashville, Tennessee, Carla Hercules, Bernadette and Alicia Yates, Gavin Frank from Powder Magazine, Biznat Passad. Biznat, you know, I think I used to say Biznat is from Woodland. It's Subash is from Woodland.
Yeah, Subash.
Yeah. Shuma Paul, Carol is singing. Mrs. R, good morning. You're up bright and early. Joyce Phillip, Trinidad. Scorpion Pepper, all the way from Grenada. Oh, yeah, she's out there in Grenada today. Big Tune Charlesy. I don't know that tune at all. Was that Gypsy?
Yeah, that's Gypsy.
It's Gypsy.
Yeah, that was his offering for 2026.
I don't know the tune at all. Philomena Ali, good morning. Hey, Philomena Pucci on the chat early, girl. Ava Smith, Sankofa says divine greetings. Julia Samantha, Ahio Wendell, get some rest after the show, please. No,
It's night time. You can't sleep, Wendell. I'm here.
No, if I know Manish and Uber, they want to go somewhere again tonight. Probably back in Rupongi. Rupongi is out of this world. Merle McComey, Michael Robinson.
That sounds like it's very adulterated. You said it with that on the tone like that. I just say it.
Like an ex.
It's not you too. You didn't get that shit, you got that, right?
Yeah, they say it like an ex-club. Yeah.
I'm going to Rapongi.
Google it. You'll find out what Rapongi is.
Like a back anything up inside of there.
Even the name something rude. Where you going? I'm going Rapongi.
It does have a rude ring to it.
Yes. Go ahead, Wendell.
nightclubs. Roppongi is like Manhattan. It's an amazing place. Good morning, guys. While it's night in Japan, it's morning in Trinidad, and Wendell taking work serious. Man, setting up to stream at 5:30. It's all right, you know. Man had to tell me earlier on, hey boy, go and get some rest. You have about an hour and a half to go. Anyway, morning Manish, evening Manish. Wayne Ramsey, good morning. Wayne Andy out there in Fort Lauderdale. Maria Cellier, Prabha Randial, Alistair Wendell, did you have any local cuisine? I did, Alistair. I don't know if you ever heard about Wagyu beef, Wagyu steak.
Yeah, you know that Wagyu steak is so expensive. But I think they sell them in Trinidad. I think Bloom's used to sell them sometimes in Maribel, but they're very expensive. They're among the most expensive steaks.
It's the most expensive steak in the world. I've had it. We had it one night for dinner, and boy, oh boy, it literally melts in your mouth, you know.
Yeah.
You understand?
I think there's some places in Trinidad you could get it.
But I've never heard of it before. But Stephen, that is one of Stephen's favorite places, you know, Bloom's in Marvel. The boy like expensive stuff, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Ask Stephen if they don't sell Wagyu there. I think sometimes they have.
I'll ask him. He probably can go around and get some today. But it's from a Kobe, the cow that's grown right here in Japan, only in Japan. It's a black cow, and it's something else. It's out of this. Well, it's beautiful. I like steak, but the first time I've ever had it was out here. You know, so I have tried. I eat seaweed and all, Alistair. I eat all kind of thing. I don't even know what it was, but they bring shrimp for me, and I tell them no, I can't eat that. And they do it all manner of ways, and everything is in a small bowl. You know, in Asia they serve you these small portions, but you're eating plenty, small portions.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Yeah, Cheryl Maraj, good morning. Claudette Ned, blessed morning. Chris Tousse, morning, gentlemen. Wendell, you better come to DC. I haven't been there for a while. Scorpion Pepper Japan is one of the longevity groups along with the Mediterranean and some people in Amazon. Dean Allen says, hi, everyone. Japan has a feudal history. James Kamau, Grand Rising. Cheryl, what was the tsunami warnings like? We didn't have it on our side here. I think it was 70% litter in the place would have been a lot worse. No, I think it's 70%. Kim Govaya, special good morning, NETT Radio crew and the Gael crew. Good morning, everyone. Joyce Phillip, Ron DeSantis Jr., Victor Glover is of Caribbean heritage maternally. Who is Victor Glover? Commander Victor Glover. Who's that?
He's the pilot of the Artemis 2 that went around the moon.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for that information, Ron. Ilarizan, good morning. Norris Ferguson, Bible Unveiled. Well, that one coming specially for Richard this morning. That's a brand new name. Crystal Stevenson, Kochas, Julian Small from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hi, Julian.
Good morning, Julian.
Maria Cellier, good morning to Susan and Suzette Jessup. Maria H., Miss Jackman and Miss Gemma. Stephen Wilson, they do. Oh, so he was probably responding to Bloom's.
Yeah, about the Wagyu steak, yeah.
Yeah, Stephen, you need to get some, right? Carol Guevara says, my daughter had Wagyu in Barbados. She said it's delicious. It is. I don't think he meant local cuisine as in food. What is he talking about?
Rapungi tonight.
Stephen, you should have been here. You would have loved Rapungi.
Oh my word.
Sadkofa said, give us some pictures and videos when you are. I actually share them on my statuses, so they disappear after a day. I don't think I've shared them.
You're a global league when your work comes to Charles.
I've sent some pictures.
You're a global.
Yeah.
And do some interviews when they're,
I could do that.
When I travel, I'll do it too.
Yeah, I could do that between today and, well, I have a couple more days here. Guys, please stop. I'm driving, making me cry. Look now, Manish is trouble. I manage on pan. But Manish is fluent in Japanese. Of course, he's been here for 34 years. He's fluent in Japan, and he's a hero out here. He's an attraction because you see Manish, right? He's big and he had this ras, so people admire him out here, But that's the greetings on the chat.
All right. So let me say good morning to the people on the WhatsApp that came in very early. Callan and Kelly out in Karanach, good morning to you. Archbishop Ashton Clark in Canada. Mr. Beeps in Pitpi Valley, good morning. The Powder Puff Girl, Zena, good morning to you. Miss St. Augustine, have a great day. Mr. Billy in Powder Magazine. Frank out there in Aruka. Peter Wilson, good morning to you. Captain Ron in Orlando, good morning. Brenda in Penal, Fifi in Addis Ababa, and of course, Pauline, who is heading out to the gym. Good morning to all the folks on Gael Caribbean TV. Thank you very much for being with us. We're going for that break at this point in time, and when we come back, we're going to look at the newspapers and all the other things that we have to do on the other side of the break. It is now 24 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock.
Scandal in Citrus heads back to Cipriani College. You heard right. The Scandal is back at Cipriani College on Saturday the 25th of April at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 26th at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available now at usual outlets and online. Box office at Cipriani College opens on Monday 20th of April, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. People can't get enough of Scandal in Citrus. Cipriani College, we coming back.
Scandal in Citrus.
Are you taking care of your sexual health and overall well-being? At Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, we believe your confidence, wellness, and intimacy matter. Visit us at our convenient locations: 10 Carmody Street, St. Augustine, Edinburgh, Chaguanas, Shops of Daybay, 95 Circular Road, Vistabella, Docks Ranch Light Pole 51, SS Aaron Road, Penal, and Metro Hotel, Suite 1, Number 2, Knoll Street North, Couva. From relaxing massage services to professional guidance on sexual wellness, we are here to support you every step of the way. Consult with renowned sexologist, Dr. Raj Ramnanan, for expert advice tailored to your needs. Take the first step toward a healthier, more confident you. Call 285-9739 or 645-4543 to book your appointment today. Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, where wellness meets confidence.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Central Bank Auditorium. The ridiculously funny comedy Two Fat Fellas is coming April 25th and 26th.
2 nights only.
Two Fat Fellas stars Cecilia, Penny, Kevon, Zachary, Rachel, and Rody.
Tickets available at Dorman Shoe Store, Long Circular Mall, Anthony's Floral, Val Park, Beachology, Mokorapa Road, A-Squared Stores, Eastgate Mall, Brentwood Plaza, C3 Center, and The Falls at West Mall. And IslandEtickets.com. Central Bank box office opens Thursday the 23rd of April. For more info, call or text 683-0356 or 683-4843.
Two Fat Fellas, Central Bank, 25th and 26th of April. 2 nights only.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Let me say a special good morning to Adanle Piggott, who is the Chief Traffic Engineer. He sent me some evidence of them putting up the signs that we've been talking about. Remember those signs we've been talking about, people? Keep left except when overtaken. Apparently the Ministry of Works, that would be Transport. Ministry of Transport has been putting up those signs that we've been talking about. And so then they sent me some pictures. So well done, Ministry of Infrastructure, for putting up those signs. And I hope people obey them. And I hope police take action against people who do not obey them. You understand? Keep left except when overtaken. You understand? Do it. All right. So well done. Good morning, Subash from Woodland. And of course, CJ from New York joined us in that break. Benz broken into at Lady Chancellor, $13,500 in items gone. Apparently, this man and his wife went to walk Lady Chancellor, as many people do, and came back and met his Mercedes-Benz broken into and stuff missing, including cash. Isn't that crazy? Police in frantic hunt for stolen guns, 38 recovered. Listen, I watched that police press conference yesterday. And I just shake my head. Even the media, I think they realize they're wasting their time talking to that commissioner. You understand? Because they're not getting any clear answers from him. And I think they must be asking 2 or 3 questions. And they decided that's enough. So now I'm hearing it's about 100 guns. They still didn't get the amount of people who really was in the station. They can't get that correct. You know what I mean? What is the point? And they come to give information and saying they can't give information. So what's the point? I just stoops. The Force Awakens, Najiko boosts GSL push, and some other stories trending in the Express Online. Where did they go? What is all this nonsense come up here now? All right. I don't know where the rest of the stories are, no? Folks, but those are some of the stories trending in today's Express.
All right, so I'll do the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian for this morning. Woman among 7 killed in 3 days. Commissioner of Police, WPC was strangled and beaten. A woman freed after 14 years for 2012 boyfriend murder case. Panday blast the 2012 boyfriend murder case. After 14 years, like that thinking. Mad Panday blasts PM's TikTok governance. Amid crime surge, 3 more held in illegal cemetery disposal. Sports, Harpy Eagles Titan Grip Red Force back on top. Sporting equals honors Butcher with prestigious award. Safi captures 1.25 million Oaklawn handicap. Paul misses out on UCI World Cup sprint bronze, and Gale named as co-owner of European T20 franchise. So that's it for some of the stories in the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian for this morning. So now,
Richard, of course, I couldn't get the rest of the Express stories, but you see that story about the death of that policewoman. Didn't they say initially that she was shot? Then you come to say the autopsy revealed she was not shot, that she was strangled and blunt force trauma. Now, how could the police go and see a body and not and decide that that was a gunshot wound, and it wasn't? Police don't know how to identify a gunshot wound yet?
I don't know. Well, that first report that came out, was that an official police report?
That's one of the questions they asked the police commissioner. Commenting on the chaos, the fog that was present at the initial incident, and he went with that story. So, we need to clarify if it was really an official police report or not.
Well, I think yesterday at the press conference, one of the reporters did ask the commissioner that, because apparently, he had said that.
Yes.
In the early days, maybe he did not get all the information yet, and as you say, Richard, in the foggy areas. But I think the reporter was actually saying, "But you said so and so now. So which one is it really?"
Mm-hmm. They're asking that.
The autopsy is the one that has the rule.
Yeah.
But the autopsy says what you're going. So that would have to be. I left out one small story that came a little late. The United States has announced a US $10 million initiatives to support resilient port infrastructure across the Caribbean as part of efforts to deepen economic engagement and safeguard critical regional assets. So the article just came up. So that's another headline that surfaced.
There was also some things happening in Barbados and also Guyana. Guyana seemed to have had a kind of a police incident just like that with some guns missing also.
Barbados also had some bout of violence.
Yeah.
I think stunned the country a little bit.
Killed in some shooting by some.
Yeah. So that gun violence is across the Caribbean. If it wasn't there before, it's certainly getting there. But people say, I don't know how true it is, that some Caribbean countries are not as I don't want to say honest, but they're not as vocal like how Trinidad and Tobago will be very clear on what is going on in media. Yeah. And this happened, and that happened, and this happened. At some media houses in some Caribbean islands, they say kind of mute it because of the tourism.
They're dependent on tourism.
No, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what you hear sometimes.
I suspect, I don't think it's as bad as us. I don't think anything is anywhere in the Caribbean is as bad as we have it in Trinidad and Tobago.
And it's still less murders than last year. And it's still horrendous, and it's still less murders than last year. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
It's less murders, but it still, impacts in terms of the society.
What was interesting in the Barbados thing is that the apparently like it was they said it was gang activity, like one gang trying to take over the other gang or territory or something like that. But the police, I suppose probably the commissioner, he said to you guys out there, you give up yourselves. Go to the nearest police station. Give up yourself. So he said, we know who you are and we are coming for you. Get your lawyer. Go to the police station. So strong.
Gang warfare in such small islands is laughable if it wasn't so serious. What turf are they fighting for?
And the other issue, of course, is the disposal of these bodies that you still didn't get a clear answer from the police commissioner yesterday. As to where is it going? I mean, it's that press conference and nothing was the same.
He's to get back to us in a couple of days.
Yeah.
People did
hopefully, because they've started to retrieve some of the guns, which is a positive thing, because it's better than them not retrieving any at all. And they got back 38, I think, out of the 100 or so that they said was missing. So hopefully that leads with some sort of intelligence to the rest.
But you don't know how many guns were missing, Richard?
Well, they said up 100.
They first said 62, not so?
I know, but then they said it was 100.
Well, about at San Fernando Municipal Police Station doing with 100 guns?
Who knows?
San Fernando is a big place,
And why? You're right, man. Then why wasn't it a definitive amount from the start? Because if you had a proper audit of what you have in your armory, you would know.
Immediately it should be.
Yeah, a proper audit. Who knows? It's all in vague land.
People, we're going for Did You Know? And when we come back, we have the morning poll, Wendell.
Yeah, I'm trying.
If you don't want to suffer in old age, there are 7 things you must do before it's too late. Old age doesn't hurt because of the years. It hurts because of everything you didn't do when you still had the chance. It hurts when you spend your life living for others and forget yourself. And it hurts most when you finally need support and realize there's no one there. Number 1, don't depend on anyone. Not on your children, not on your partner, and not even on family. Dependence forces you to tolerate situations that slowly destroy your dignity. Save money, create your own income, and stay active. Independence isn't a luxury, it's protection. Number 2, don't give everything away. Not your time, not your energy, and not your health. Help others, but don't erase yourself for them. People leave and lives change. If you empty yourself completely now, no one will refill you later. Number 3, take care of your body while it still listens to you. Every late night, every skipped meal, and every ignored warning adds up. Old age doesn't bring pain suddenly, it just shows the result. Move your body, eat well, and rest when needed. Health is freedom. Without it, everything becomes harder. Number 4, let go of unnecessary burdens. Release guilt, resentment, and old wounds. Many people grow old bitter, not because of age, but because of what they carry inside. Forgive if you can, or walk away if you must, but stop living trapped in the past. Number 5, build a life, not just a routine. Many people wake up one day and realize they only survived years instead of living them. Work, responsibilities, and obligations are important, but so is joy. Create moments that belong to you. Learn, travel, create, and experience life while you still can. Number 6, choose carefully who stays close to you. Distance yourself from those who constantly criticize, drain you, or use you. Old age doesn't hurt because you're alone. It hurts because you're surrounded by the wrong people. Number 7, keep your faith strong and your heart connected to God. People may fail you, strength may leave you, wealth may come and go, but God remains constant. In old age, faith becomes your greatest companion. Build your relationship with God now, not out of fear, but out of trust. When everything else fades, faith gives meaning, comfort, and hope beyond this life. So protect your money, protect your health, and protect your peace. Be careful who you allow into your life and stay close to God. Old age doesn't punish you, it only reveals how you lived. And by then, it's too late to rewrite the story. If this message spoke to you, comment, "I am prepared," and share it with your friends. May God guide your path, protect your peace, and give you a healthy, fulfilling life.
All right.
That became a kind of sermon at the end there.
What I mean, you don't like the word God?
No, I just said it became a sermon. That's all I'm saying. It became a sermon. That's all.
Oh, Lord.
I get this. But anyway, this is important, but you can take some of your calls while Wendell works feverishly on the poll. 281-1315, 281, my memory is good, I know I saw it on the ticker tape below. 281-1315, 281-1315, or 299-5156. So you know the numbers, and if you're watching us on Guile TV or Guile Caribbean, or on YouTube, you can see the ticker tape at the bottom of the screen with the numbers. And if you're listening to us on smart devices or in your car or wherever, and you want to contact us, 281-1315. If you're outside of Trinidad and Tobago, you know what to do. You know you have to put in the area code of 868 and country code, of 868 and one before it. So 1-868-281-1315. You know the deal, people. Come on.
I was just clearing up some issues concerning the municipal police and their reporting mechanism, which we had spoken about yesterday. I will continue to get more information on it, but the person doesn't want to go on record as yet because of all what's happening, So
all right. Well,
so which one is supposed to go in with here? Wendell.
Decide which one now.
It doesn't decide
which one.
You want us to debating the poll? Well, while we're debating the poll, I'll just say that Scandal in Cedros is on this weekend at Cipriani College on Saturday at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30. And as I said before, get your tickets early. I think a couple of outlets have already sold out all of their Saturday tickets. So some outlets only have a few Sunday tickets remaining. So if you're going to an outlet, I'd suggest you call them first to make sure that they have tickets. But the box office is also open at Cipriani College from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Get your tickets early. You don't want to be disappointed. So you can get into the show on Saturday at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30. We're so looking forward to it and having a fantastic time this weekend. We love being at Cipriani College. Each theater has its own different charm, I'll say that. And so we're on this weekend, Scandal and Cedrus at Cipriani College, Saturday at 8:30, Sunday at 6:30. Tickets available at K Squared Fashions in West Mall, East Gates, and Brentwood Mall in Chagonas, Jabili Rawi in Tunapuna, Electronics in Arima, and Tony's Florals in Val Park Shopping Plaza, and of course, Champlain Auto Services in Champlain. That's where you can get your tickets. You can also purchase tickets online. Check RSR Productions Theatre on social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, and you can see the methodology to accomplish that. All right.
Call us. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. I'll put it here, front and center. Hey, I just wanted to find out because one of my P&M nemesis over in Richmond out here. You guys on top of the story about your police commissioner before he became commissioner, with his situation of the relative driving his private vehicle with sirens and lights on.
What? Which commissioner?
No.
We not even in Trinidad, and we on top of all the bacchanal. Come on, man. No, from the word out here, and I'm sure I'm surprised that none of my the T&M group.
Don't bring no old talk here. No, make sure when they come in, they come with facts.
No, well, here it is that I understand that every police commissioner, Gary said no, he didn't authorize it. And other former commissioners are saying, referring them to somebody else or something like that, or the licensing office, whatever they call the head of licensing office. But it seems as though a female relative of his, it seems as though he outfitted his vehicle, not only private vehicle, not only siren, but the lights, the blue light, right? And this relative was driving it with full metal jacket, man. I mean, lights and siren, everything, and was pulled over. Anyway, okay. I'll show somebody who come out and tell me, over any P&M about this. But this is the word out here on the ground.
Okay.
All right, guys.
The only person who authorize flashing lights on a vehicle is the Commissioner of Transport. It's the Transport Commissioner, not the Police Commissioner.
Well, I'm seeing an article from 2 days ago on April 19th by Mark Besant that says mystery surrounds which authority within the hierarchy of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service recommended and authorized the installation of emergency lights and a siren on the private vehicle of then Assistant Superintendent of Police Alistair Guevara. Questions also remain about what justification was provided to then Transport Commissioner for granting a privilege so rarely, if at all, afforded to any police officer. 4 months before Guevara was appointed Commissioner of Police in June 2025, a close relative of his was pulled over by officers of the licensing office, the licensing division, while driving Guevara's private vehicle, and was questioned about the emergency lights and siren installed on it. Sources told the Sunday Express the woman was stopped along the Sir Solomon Uchai Highway on the southbound lane near Gasparillo. Contacted on the matter last Thursday, Transport Commissioner Clive Clark said he extended approval for Guevara's request from a former Transport Commissioner only after receiving a letter from then Acting Police Commissioner Junior Benjamin. I cannot say what the conditions were under which the former Transport Commissioner granted Mr. Guevara permission, Clark said. So Clark, who assumed office in 2020, added, "Since being here, I have never granted any request by any police officer to outfit their private vehicle with flashing emergency lights and sirens." Benjamin can't recall. So which Commissioner of Police made the recommendation to a former Transport Commissioner to allow Guevara this facility? So the article goes on, it's by Mark Besant. So that's what he's talking about. That was apparently in the Daily Express on the 19th of April, which would have been 2 days ago.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, if the as I said, the only person who could authorize flashing lights, as far as I know, is the transport commissioner. And if the female relative was actually driving a car, I don't know how that could implicate the commissioner of police. I mean, that's a non-story. That's something like a non-story, a bacchanal story. Because I was married to a police officer, and sometimes her uniform would be hanging up in the vehicle. What are they going to say? I mean, that's a stupid story. That's a non-story.
Let's take this call. Caller, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Wendell.
Morning, Mr. Rima.
Good morning to you all. Now, I want to say something. A little 7-year-old innocent child have been killed by a jet skid in Tobago, right? I can understand the investigators and them saying they have no evidence. And it alleged the man, like they set him free or something like that, it alleged. I cannot understand that the father was there, the mother of the child was there, and the other sister was there. The father also get injured. How come the investigators and them say they have no evidence?
Yeah, and they have the jet ski.
I can't and it had people there. The public was also there. The man left the public and went straight into the child. The child that an innocent child.
Mr. Rima, it's pending further investigation. That happens a lot now, where police release people after a couple of days and pending further investigation. It doesn't mean that the person is innocent. It doesn't mean anything like that. Or guilty. It doesn't mean anything like that.
I slip under the carpet because that is what's going on frequently, you know. And just before I close, I just want to say, Eversley, you be strong, my brother, because I know this gentleman always out there, always assisting people. You understand? When you see something going wrong, he come out and he talk, right? And I didn't know what his niece got killed.
Yeah.
In the incident. I'm sorry, brother. Just hold on strong, and I know they have a God out there, and justice will be served. All right. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much, Mr. Rima. Yeah.
Of course, our poll is up. Do you expect the TTPS to solve the murder at the San Fernando City Corporation of the same Corporal Eversley? Do you expect them to solve the murder? I think they've said they have 6 people in custody. 2 of whom are women, I think, or 2 are municipal officers. They didn't say. I think the 2 people who they had in custody were released pending further investigation. I think all that came out of the press conference yesterday. You know, so but do you expect them to solve that murder? Yes or no?
All right, news is straight ahead.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Guile Caribbean TV for Tuesday, the 21st of April. I'm Derek McMillan. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara has confirmed that Municipal Police Officer Anuska Eversley was strangled and beaten to death. Speaking at a media briefing, Guevara said an autopsy revealed the 42-year-old acting corporal died from strangulation, along with blunt and sharp force injuries, ruling out earlier reports of a gunshot wound. The officer was found at the San Fernando Municipal Police Station, where a quantity of firearms and ammunition was also stolen from the strong room. Police say 6 suspects, aged between 16 and 33, are currently in custody, while others previously detained have been released as investigations continue. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service says the case remains a top priority, with officers working to determine whether others were involved. Meanwhile, Police Commissioner Alistair Quavaro says more firearms and ammunition stolen from the San Fernando Municipal Police Station have been recovered. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service confirmed a second tranche brings the total to 38 firearms and over 900 rounds of ammunition, following an earlier recovery of 22 weapons. Quavaro says an audit is still ongoing to determine how many items were originally stolen, while 6 suspects remain in custody. He adds that immediate reforms are being introduced to strengthen firearm storage and prevent a reoccurrence as investigations continue. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles has criticized Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar over the government's handling of crime, describing it as a national leadership crisis. In a statement, Beckles accused the Prime Minister of downplaying recent violent incidents, including the killing of a municipal police officer and the theft of firearms from a police station. She argued these developments represent a national security issue, not a municipal one, and criticized attempts to distinguish between the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and municipal police. Beckles said the country needs clear answers and action, calling on the government to take responsibility and present a credible plan to address crime and recover the missing weapons. A 32-year-old suspect, held in connection with the jet ski death of 7-year-old Angelica Jogi at Pigeon Point, has been released pending further investigations. The suspect was arrested at his Canaan home hours after the April 8th incident, in which Angelica was struck while at the beach with relatives. She later died at the Scarborough General Hospital. Senior Superintendent Rodhill Kirk said investigators are continuing to gather statements and will submit a file to the Director of Public Prosecutions for advice. Meanwhile, 4 people, including a 9-year-old child, were shot and killed in an ambush along Lady Young Road, Morvant, on Sunday night. Police said the victims were in a vehicle heading home from a family outing when gunmen opened fire near the Shiloh Seventh-day Adventist Church. A 5th Vyekti was wounded and remains hospitalized. Investigators believe the attack may be gang-related. In regional news, police in Barbados are investigating a deadly shooting at a beach bar in Lower Carlton, St. James, which left 3 men dead on Sunday night. The Barbados Police Service said 3 men exited a vehicle and opened fire on a group gathered along the beach, injuring 4 people. 1 victim died at the scene, while 2 others later succumbed to their injuries at a medical facility. The identities of the deceased have not yet been released. Meanwhile, Legal Affairs and Criminal Justice Minister Michael Lashley condemned the violence, describing it as a senseless act and warning that escalating gang conflict is spiraling out of control. He said law enforcement will use all available legal measures to bring those responsible to justice and restore order. In international news, tensions are rising ahead of planned talks between the United States and Iran, with Pakistan pushing to keep negotiations on track before a fragile ceasefire expires midweek. Over the weekend, U.S. forces seized an Iranian-flagged vessel accused of breaching a blockade, prompting threats of retaliation from Tehran. Iran has also restricted traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, a key global oil route, sending energy prices sharply higher. Meanwhile, diplomatic efforts are expanding, with talks between Israel and Lebanon expected to resume in Washington, even as a separate ceasefire holds in Lebanon. U.S. President Donald Trump said American negotiators are en route to Islamabad, but signaled he is unlikely to extend the ceasefire. With more than 3,000 people reported killed in Iran since the conflict began, uncertainty remains over whether talks will proceed as tensions continue to escalate. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Morning vibes, fresh energy.
This is the NETT Radio Breakfast Show.
With your hands them up in the sky, rolling back and having a time. Lord, we liming again, and we haven't money to spend. Yes, we jamming down to the end. See me with me carnival friend. Lord, me carnival friend. I wish she come from there. London, I wish she come from there. New York, I wish she come from there. When you come in, my baby, I wish she come from there. Atlanta, she come from there. Toronto, she come from there. And I know that you miss me. I love the way that you bring a vibe. With your hands them up in the sky, falling down and having a time. Wine season again, and we have money to spend. And we jamming down to the end, rolling with me carnival friend. Lord, me carnival friend. Yeah, me carnival friend. Oh, yeah. Lord, me carnival friend. Yeah, Lord, me carnival friend. Until we meet up again. Everything done start, you know. The back done park, you know. She dreaming to take a wine on me, cause she coming down to please. When she ramage, she push it back, all the bam bam rolling, and she saving some for me. I telling you, I love whenever you bring a vibe. With your hands them up in the sky, watch we drunk and having a time. Carnival time again, and we have money to spend, and we go right down to the end. Watch me with me carnival friend, them me carnival friend. Yeah, now me carnival friend. Oh, yeah, now me carnival friend. Yeah, now me carnival friend. Until we meet up again. When we meet, rum go beat. Things so sweet, feel complete. Cause we love we back and I eat, rum go beat. Things so sweet. Well, it must be carnival. I love the way that you bring a vibe. With your hands them up in the sky, rolling back and having a time. Lord, we liming again, and we have money to spend, and we jamming down to the end. See me with me carnival friend, then me carnival friend.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio Breakfast Show.
With your hands them up in the sky, rolling back and having a time. Lord, we liming again, and we have money to spend. Yes, we jamming down to the end. See me with me carnival friend. Lord, me carnival friend. I wish she come from there. London, I wish she come from there. New York, I wish she come from there.
Oh, yes, indeed. Good morning to you once again, and of course, welcome to the second hour. This is the Breakfast Show here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, NETT Radio Trinidad, of course, on all platforms, NETT Radio Trinidad. Of course, you'll be able to log in and listen to us, all right? So, good morning to the Anthem crew. Yeah, those that come in just before the Anthem. I just saw the numbers just rolling up around that time. Good morning to you. Good morning to the people on Guile Caribbean TV. Thank you very much for joining us also. Of course, this is the Breakfast Show. You'll get up and go Breakfast Show. Monday to Friday, we're here between 6 and just before 9 o'clock. Yeah, you can find us here, all right? Of course, when we come off of the Guile Field, the TV feed, we'll put it that way. And of course, the social media platforms, you can come across to netradiott.com. That's netradiott.com.
And we have the money to spend.
And you'll be able to listen to us, right? But some good news here, people, because we are now streaming on a number of your favorite platforms, where all you have to do is put in NETT Radio Trinidad, and you'll be able to find us on these platforms, right? So you can get us on TuneIn, you can get us on Radio Garden, you can get us on Simple Radio, you can get us on MyTuner, and you can also get us on Radio Box. So whichever one of those platforms that you're accustomed streaming, you can still do that, but all you have to put in is NETT Radio Trinidad, and you'll be able to get us streaming on all those major platforms now, right? Also, don't forget to join our YouTube channel. And all those who have already joined the channel, hey, make sure you can go and check it out. The poll is up there on the channel also. And if you would like to join our YouTube channel, all you have to do is send us a message to any one of our numbers. You know our numbers: 2811315, 2995156. Just text the word send link. Send link, and we will send you the link to join the WhatsApp channel, right? Remember, while you are there also on all our platforms, don't forget to put your stamp, so like, subscribe, and follow. And don't forget to hit that donate support button, because we need your support. So don't bypass that button when you're on the platforms, right? Your donations help keep us powered right about now. So the morning poll is up.
And she loves you back how she come from there? Sando, how she come from there? Caranage, where she come from there? And she loves you back.
Right, just had to make sure some things there. Right, so the morning poll is up. Do you expect the TTPS to solve this this latest killing out there at the police station in San Fernando? Do you expect them to? I mean, they have some people of interest right about now, but do you expect them to go the full 100 yards and solve this whole thing? People are prosecuted, people make jail, all that thing. So remember, you're voting 1 if you're voting yes, and you're voting 2 if you're saying no, right? 1 is yes, 2 is no. Do you expect the TTPS to solve this latest killing? And when we come back, we'll tell you how you voted.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Central Bank Auditorium. The ridiculously funny comedy Two Fat Fellas is coming April 25th and 26th.
2 nights only.
Two Fat Fellas stars Cecilia, Kenny, Kevon, Zachary, Rachel, and Rody.
Tickets available at Dorman Shoe Store, Long Circular Mall, Anthony's Floral, Valpark, Geology, Mokorampo Road, A Squared Stores, Eastgate Mall, Brentwood Plaza, C3 Center, and the Falls at Westmore. And islandetickets.com. Central Bank box office opens Thursday the 23rd of April. For more info, call or text 683-0356 or 683-4843.
Two Fat Fellas, Central Bank, 25th and 26th of April. 2 nights only.
Are you taking care of your sexual health and overall well-being? At Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, we believe your confidence, wellness, and intimacy matter. Visit us at our convenient locations: 10 Carmody Street, St. Augustine, Edinburgh, Chaguanas, Shops of Daybay, 95 Circular Road, Vistabella, Docks Ranch Light Pole 51, SS Aaron Road, Pinal, and Metro Hotel, Suite 1, Number 2 Knoll Street North, Couva. From relaxing massage services to professional guidance on sexual wellness, we are here to support you every step of the way. Consult with renowned sexologist Dr. Raj Ramnanan for expert advice tailored to your needs. Take the first step toward a healthier, more confident you. Call 285-9739 or 645-4543 to book your appointment today. Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, where wellness meets confidence.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Scandal in Citrus heads back to Cipriani College. You heard right. The Scandal is back at Cipriani College on Saturday the 25th of April at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 26th at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available now at usual outlets and online. Box office at Cipriani College opens on Monday 20th of April, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. People can't get enough of Scandal in Citrus. Cipriani College, we coming back.
Scandal in Citrus.
All right. We are back from our 7 o'clock news. And let's votes. I was just getting some information from an attorney at law also too concerning what Mr. Rima had called in about with the jet ski incident. He said, that it'll be difficult to prove a case in that incident.
Really?
Yeah. He said that can't be murder. It may not be manslaughter. It'll be difficult to prove that the person did any deliberate act. You know, and if I remember reading on social media too, I think they were saying that those jet ski things are not regulated, you know. So how do they determine what charge to lay? He said it'll be very difficult. He said they could lay a charge, but it'll be very difficult to prove it.
So once you have a good lawyer,
he basically said that, you know.
That is really something else, boy.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really something else. Well,
yeah.
I mean, I can understand her frustration because, I mean, at the end of the day, you saw what happened. You know the devastation of the tragedy. Yes, you got the jet ski. People were there. People saw the person run away. They caught the person, and now when they're expecting, okay, well, you're going to get locked up because you know. Whether over negligence or whatever is the case, but anyhow, let's see where the investigation would go.
Yeah.
Let me just take a time to remind people or to let you all know that we are now expanding our reach to you on NETT Radio. So there are a number of streaming platforms besides just our website and also TuneIn. So we have now expanded to those other websites where you can streaming platforms, I should say. So Simple Radio, for those of you who are accustomed using the online platforms, you can get us now on Simple Radio. We are also on Radio Garden. So Fran, you will have a good time there. My Tuner Radio, we are also there, and Online Radio Box. So those are all of the platforms. All you have to do is put in NETT Radio Trinidad across the board, and you'll be able to get us. And that's on your favorite platform now, right?
Yeah. All right, well, let's get into the poll results. I just want to respond to a comment Beauty Culture had made earlier on. Beauty Culture, I spent 20 years in our corporation, and I used to hear that all the time about funeral homes being favored when there are incidents like that. I've heard that on numerous occasions, but you said that it was on a news, it was on another radio station recently, but I've heard it a long time, trust me.
Yeah, that funeral home, Bacchanal has been taking place for a long time, you know. I mean, I try and see if I can reach out to Mr. Belgrove maybe sometime and see if we could talk with him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, besides that, there are so many other things going on in that industry for the longest while.
Of course, yeah.
He's been asking for regulation for that industry for the longest while. So
yeah, it's a very lucrative industry.
Oh yeah. That's especially over the last few years with the escalation of gang violence and stuff.
Crime. Yes.
Yeah, you realize how that. I can't remember the last time. Well, I can't say that the last time, right? The funerals I'm going to now. I used to always go to funerals on weekends on certain days in the evening. Now I had to go funeral looking at 8 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Yeah, it's nice. So it is very good. Dying is a big business.
Big business. Trust me. Anyway, our poll is: do you expect the TTPS to solve the murder at the San Fernando City Corporation? Of course, that's the murder of Anushka Eversley, police officer, who was murdered. The autopsy revealed she was strangled and suffered blunt force trauma. So it was not gunshot wound, people. She was strangled, and that, if Richard was here on air, he would say that that type of crime is always kind of personal, you know. But let's go into the vote. So, Charles, you ready for them?
Yeah, strangled and stabbed. Apparently, like she was stabbed a few times too. And I'm wondering if that probably would have caused the confusion, because remember they said there was a lot of blood, and that they say the actual was the blood that was that alerted people that something had happened in that area there. You know, so I don't know if within that is why they probably thought that she was shot.
Crazy. Anyway, Michael Cadet, won. All right, a lot of chat in between here concerning the blue lights thing, the non-story thing that Ron DeSantis Jr. is. Boy BDC won. Bernadette Yates won. Joyce Phillips won. Ilarizan won. Carlisle Cupid won. He said, I believe that they already know it is putting the evidence together that they have difficulty doing. Kurt Hope won. Yesterday news said 6 men. I'm not sure what they had said. Gregory Boyer won. Robert Allen won. Apollinaris won. Margaret Thomas 2. Gary Francois won. Yeah, Miss Henry does get a little aggressive sometimes on the chat.
She and Scorpion Pepper that is here.
Yeah. Alistair Hart 2, but the 5 will go missing. Oh gosh. Kim Govaya 1. All right, Miss Henry, take it easy. Diane Payne 1. Take some ashwagandha gummies all year. Chillax. That is Scorpion Pepper advice. Susan Jessup 2. Michael Robinson 1. Ava Smith 1. Eunice Dublin 1. Joseph Clement 1. All I can't read all them things all you put in there. No? Oh Lord. Marlon Motley 2. Carla Cupid, he said this sideshow is distracting but entertaining. I can't read all of it. Scorpion Pepper 1. Slick Money Grip 2. Finbar Collins 1. He said if them insult this, they're truly hopeless. Fran Romani, they didn't vote yet. Beauty Culture 2. Maurice, my choice is 2. Well, I'm calling you Maurice, because I think you put your name backward on purpose. I'm calling you Maurice.
You can help us out with that. That's all right.
Yeah. Piggy Lou Blue 1. Michael Oliver 1. Ron DeSantis Jr. 1. Debbie Mitchell 1. Colted Finch 2. St. Aubin 2, Fran Romani 2, V 1, Gemma Peters Halls 1, Frank Edwards 2, nothing would be solved. Robert Taylor 2, Andre 1, of course, because it's a police officer. Stephen Wilson, but still difficult. What do you mean? What? But you ain't vote, Stephen.
It's kind of hard to prove, I suppose.
Cheryl Henry says 1, finally votes. Valerie Mendoza 1. Marlene Saunders is saying if that is the legal prognosis in the jet ski incident, then you need to sue the parents of the THA, force them to regulate or close the practice. We've had issues with jet skis before, you know, and they always say that it's not been regulated. But maybe we'll follow up that story with an attorney, folks. Right? Don't worry. Shoma Paul says 2. Annalie Johnson 2. Crystal Stevenson 1. Mrs. R asking what is 1 again? What do you mean?
Oh, Lord. One is yes.
Sankofa 2. Trini Gets Fist 2. Carol Guevara 1. This chat is fire today, boys and chats.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, who is Suzette, says 2, and Scott. All right, that's it. Oh, hold on, let me walk today. Those are the votes I have.
That's what you have so far. So let me tell you what's going on the WhatsApp, and of course the WhatsApp community also. Okay, so where did it all start? Let me get back to the action. Right, so it started here with Bishop Ashton Clark, right? So he voted 1, which is yes, people. Then we had Joanne Mountop saying no, which is 2. And then we had Captain Ron saying 1, Frank saying 1, Michael saying 2, Miss San Augustine saying 1, Zena saying 1, Peter Wilson saying 1, Fifi saying 1, and I have Sean saying no, which is 2.
Right. So I have a few more votes here. So Charles Marlene Saunders Sobers 1, Miguel Gonzalez 1, and Mrs. R says she's dressing for work, but okay, well 1. Richard needs to do something about you, Mrs. R. And Frank Edward says good morning from Port St. Lucie, Florida. All right. So those are the votes.
All right. Well, the poll is there, and it's calculated very accurately across the platforms.
70% says 1, that's yes, and 30% says 2, no.
Yeah. Right. Feel like Teddy Pendergrass this morning. 70-30.
Yeah. That's a love tune, eh?
Yeah. 50-50 love.
Yeah.
Don't want no 70-30, no 60-40. We're looking for 50-50 love. Well, we didn't get that. We get a 70-30. Yeah. So 70% of you have faith in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service that they will get to the bottom of this. 30% is saying no, they don't believe that the police has the capacity, and it will be another one in the bucket. I am going with the 70% today also.
Right.
I believe that they will.
They will solve it.
Yeah, I believe that they will solve it. From what we've been reading so far, it's kind of hard for them not to be able to solve it.
So Charles, forgive me, but the police have detained 6 people, right? In the case of, as far as I'm aware, the missing guns. I've not heard them say that they focusing on a suspect in the murder of the policewoman. I don't know. I might have missed that, but I have not heard that. I've heard that they detained 6 people in the case of the missing guns. I I have not heard them, as I said, say.
If the drive is not really on solving it, but it's more or less on getting.
That's the impression I get. That the focus is not on the murder of this policewoman, you know. In other words, one of the 6 might be guilty of the murder. But I don't know that the focus is on that. Maybe, I mean, it's early days yet. You understand? So maybe they will. But to me,
I don't get that feeling.
From somebody.
Yeah, I don't get that feeling, and I'm hoping it's not that kind of way, because I think that the police service should and would want to solve this situation. The commissioner has talked about the one-off situation that it is, and I think yesterday he went into some length to try to explain what he meant by that, because as he said, within his I know he got a lot of criticism for it also, you know, saying that it was a one-off situation. But he said as far as he knows, he can't recall anything like this. Maybe other things have happened, but he does not can't recall anything like something like this, breaking into the police station, removing all those arms and killing a police officer like that, you know. So he said that they are.
We've had worse in police stations, so I don't know if we could say that as a one-off thing. We've had worse incidents take place in police stations, Sir Charles.
Well, I suppose, as I said, I'm just when what he said. You know, I don't know what
Well, he did kind of offer an apology for it, eh?
Yeah.
He did. If he did kind of offer, if he said it that if people were offended by what he said, he apologized. He did say that. I heard him say that.
Yeah, he apologized.
It's a one-off thing. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, but he did offer an apology. I have to give him credit for that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not getting the feeling that the focus is on solving the murder as opposed to recovering the guns. You understand? That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Well, I am hoping that they can, as I say, run and chew gum at the same time, right? Something like that. Whereby, because I understand the priority in trying to get back those guns and get them off the streets, you know, before anything else can happen. You know, and you realize besides like that situation, we have had some incidents where within recent times where police officers are being shot at and all different kinds of things, you know. So clearly the criminal element continues to up their game. They are not as intimidated by the police as in times gone by anymore. You know, and that has to do with the availability of firearms and ammunition outside there. Because there was a time where the police might have been the ones with the guns. Now we have gun too, you know, so that becomes an equalizer. Yeah, that becomes an equalizer for a lot of things. Even within the actual community, that's why you're finding that there are so many challenges. We're talking about the turf wars and leadership and all those different kinds of things. Remember, there was a time that when we were talking about in the early days of the things like, you know, Naya and them fellas and them, there was a certain level of control that certain people had because only certain people had certain things. But when the things started to equalize and everybody started to have access to the thing, the thing changed around. Yeah. No longer you could walk and beat up and slap up a youth man again and all those kinds of things, you know, that change.
Yeah. But I think and Scorpion Pepper, you said wouldn't the two crimes be connected? Yes, they are. Clearly they are. But I mean, unless you get one of the people you detained, you detain them specifically connected to you can't charge 6 of them for murder. I don't know. Maybe you could. I don't know how it works. Some attorney needs to weigh in on that in terms of if it is that 6 people were involved in that heist.
You can. It might be just one murder, but you maybe have accessory to crimes and all the kinds of things, you know.
Yeah, accessory to murder and so on. I don't know how they'll do it. I hope they get to the bottom of it all. But more importantly, it's confusing now as to how many guns have gone missing because no audit was done. No audit has been done on the arms and ammunition kept there. So they can't give a proper number. Up to yesterday in the press conference, they couldn't give a proper number. And I don't know that the police will come back to us and tell us anything.
Yeah, which really and truly also is showing the kind of lackadaisical way that they have been operating in the municipal police station. If they cannot give a proper account as to those arms that they would have had, and when I see things like that, I tell myself, well, that can't be just by them. That had to be happening across the board in a lot of other places too, where people, I'm not sure how many guns they have, how many ammunition they have, who has what, and so that whole thing, when you are supposed to go, and if you have a firearm, you sign out for it, and how much ammunition you have, and when you come back and sign in, apparently it sounds like a parallel running rather than a police station.
I'm happy you said that, Sir Charles, because the information I have from my reliable source is that there's no cohesion. There's nobody pays any penalty. The heads, they have 14 municipal corporations, right? They will have 14 heads of municipal police that they don't even meet as a group.
Yeah.
You understand? So clearly.
But I think the issue of the security of police stations within those divisions should be homogeneous in terms of what your protocols are. That shouldn't be in this station. Yeah, we have an armory, but we only audit it once every 10 years. And then another one, yeah, we have an armory, but we don't audit that. We know how much they, in usual Trinidad style. Or another one that says, yes, we audit twice a year. So there should be some level of protocol that does this across the board. And has those kinds of audits that you were talking about, Wendell, earlier, that should have those audits as part of some regimented structure because of what it concerns.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully, that's the positive thing that comes out of this incident.
Come out of it. Yes.
That a lot more scrutiny and systems are put in place because of this incident.
And we have had so many incidents over the years in this country that we have this same type of discussion that at least let's get it right. The prison break, let's fix it. The jet ski incident, what do we do to regulate and fix that so it doesn't happen again? Now this incident with police guns going missing from a municipal police station, you wouldn't think that was possible until look at how it happened now. You understand? So how do you fix these things moving forward? That's what's important. But I don't know that we serious about these things sometimes. You don't get it?
That's what has to come out of it.
Yeah, disposal of bodies. You understand? We don't know who those bodies belong to. What are the circumstances that resulted in them dying or being unclaimed, and disposed of in that manner? How do we fix these things? Trinidad and Tobago.
And the thing about it also is that it takes so long to really get the right answers, and in other places these things are basically answered on the same day, because they would know. I mean, it's with all those bodies and ammunition and things like that, somebody will be reporting to somebody. There has to be a what you might call a trail as to what is going on. You don't just get 59 bodies just like that that are buried.
Well, did they also get the measurement of that grave correct? 6 feet by 3 feet? You can fit 54 bodies fitting in that. That was the size of the. I read it in the papers. The grave was 6 feet by 3 feet. How the hell 54 bodies?
I don't think it was 54 bodies. I think it was 54 bodies that there was a plan for, but this was the initial, like 3 adults or 4 adults or some kind of thing like that, I think.
Okay, I didn't
get that. Yeah, something like that. I saw on news. So I think it was like for a couple of adults, maybe 3 or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
So where the other bodies were at the point in time in the cemetery at the time?
No, I think it was the potential disposal of these. This is my interpretation of it. It's like from the hospital system that these are unclaimed bodies, whether it be children or adults, and they have to be disposed of. And this was how they were being disposed of. But so they had maybe 54, but it's not that the 54 were there.
Oh.
They were starting the process. That's my sense of it.
All right. Well, that don't make no sense. 50 were children. Is it that they were putting all those bodies in one grave?
Yeah, that's like
if they unclaimed bodies in the public health sector, how are they supposed to dispose of the bodies? What is the recommendation? Which is where the conversation is going. Do you do a mass grave? Do you do mass cremations? What do you do? Because you have to get rid of the bodies if they're unclaimed.
Yes.
They can't just stay there forever. Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen it. The ad with unclaimed bodies. I see that ad come up sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah. So
what do you do? How is it done? Yeah, how is it done?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But maybe this is how it has always been done. It's just coming to light.
Yeah.
That might very well be so, Richard. This probably might be the normal protocol. Yeah. But as we got let's invite our callers. Let's take a couple calls now. Let's hear from you.
Yeah.
Wait, 1131529955156. You can chime in on the conversation on the breakfast show this morning, and we have somebody there already also. So, caller, good morning. Okay, caller, just jump up. Call me back. Sorry about it. Yeah, but the lines are open, so you can give us a call. Right, the call is coming back inside now. Good morning to you, caller.
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen. Interesting topics. And Mr. Raghuba Singh, that's how you explain it. That's how I read it as well. I listened to a very interesting interview by representatives of funeral homes, including the very popular Belgroves and Armstrongs here yesterday. And what these people said is that there are no governing regulations for the operations of a funeral home or agency. In fact, Mr. Belgrove said that all you need to do is get a van to move bodies, and you could go and talk by any medical institution. And that was shocking. And what they opined was that the employees who were caught, because when the police came on the scene, they said they were doing a hustle. So they went on their own and did something. But aside from that, once you have no regulatory oversight over such an important institution or people who function so importantly, there will be chaos. In fact, you spoke about I know you gentlemen would remember the situation where a popular funeral home had people seated on chairs and so on and driving them around and so on. And they spoke about that there's nothing to prevent, right, the funeral homes from doing that sort of thing. And he did say, and over the last 5 years, they had reached to the stage where they were with the past administration, where things were about to come to the head and come to the parliament to be legislative, where they had sit down and they had come together and draft the regulations and so on. And all that was required was for the bill to be laid. And then he said, well, the election came and that was in abeyance. I just wanted to ask you guys with regard to, you talk about auditing. And now people need to realize that the people in charge of the municipal police, that is the ACP, the senior swoop, and the swoop, were all former TTPS officers. That is Mr. Santana, Mr. Sagram Singh, and Mr. Belford. So,
absolutely right.
And before, there was ACP Brian Headley, who incidentally was an instructor when I was a trainee, and who retired as Assistant Commissioner in the Police Service. So I am sure that the same protocols with respect to firearms, every twice a year, all firearms in stations within a divisions are to be audited by a first division officer. And I'm quite sure that these same protocols would have been transferred to the municipal police, because who were the heads? What you need to ask is if it has been done for how long it has been done. You see, and what happens is that when you do these audits, the results of these audits are supposed to reach the commissioner's office within 7 days of the completion of the audit. I, in my time in service, would have seen that happen over and over again. And I spent 28 years in service. And this was done regularly. Right? I saw it for myself. Where you had to go in the strong room, people wouldn't be able to get firearms. They had to go somewhere else, and the officer and the attendant clerk would have to do that. They had to go through the arms and ammunition register that accounts for firearms meticulously. And where there is any discrepancy, people will have hell to pay. Right? Because when it goes up to the commissioner's office and he sees, well, hey, we're supposed to have this and so on, then what happens? It is then double checked in the armory, in the bags. Right? So this has happened in Trinidad and Tobago for a long time. I recall when I was a young boy, there were stories about in the 70s where people were dismissed and had to resign from the police service because of selling seized firearms from the armory in the academy and so on. Right? We also recall when Mr. James Fulber was acting commissioner, the situation in St. Joseph Police Station where firearms and drug exhibits were found in the roof and so on and that kind of thing. People forget that there are police officers who are still on suspension because of that thing. That thing when Mr. James Fulber was saying, and he started an audit of all firearms in the police service and so on. Yeah. So these things happen. You also have, gentlemen, the missing Galil rifle from Sawa Sub, which occurred during a Christmas party line in 2023 or 2024. Someone was placed on suspension because of that. You understand? And there has been no update on whether that particular Galil rifle was ever recovered.
Was ever found. You're absolutely right. You have a good memory, yes.
But caller, before you go, in a situation like that, in the municipal police station or in any police station, that strong room, how many persons will have access to that to have a better idea as to what we have at any point in time?
All right, I will tell you. When you go to work, the strong room has keys, particular keys. That goes to the hand of the SDU in charge, which is either a corporal or a sergeant. He or she is the person who keeps those keys. If he has to go and do something else, he will hand over to the next senior person, right? But the corporal sergeant on duty has the responsibility for those keys, right? If he has to leave, he has to give it to the next person of the chain of the command or under. Sometimes it is either an inspector or another senior sergeant. Most time it doesn't happen like that. So that corporal or sergeant, during the tour of duty, which is 8 to 6, 6 to 6, whatever, has those keys on them all the time. All the time. Sometimes you go to use the bathroom and when you come back, people are there waiting with firearms, either to hand in or retrieve and thing, because some people operate like that. Some people don't give the second in command at all. And then you hear complaints. People would actually go and call senior officers in the divisional headquarters and say, well, they were going to get firearms and this going on. Plus, every day at 10 a.m., an arms check must go in to account for all the firearms, right? Because you take the hand over at 6 or 8, the general handover, and then you must do the arm set by 10 a.m. every day to come call fire.
Right, that is what I wanted to find out, Colin. So in a situation like that, well, then we should have known immediately as to how many guns were missing. Not so?
Yes, you would think so, but I could tell you, sir, that for a long time, many of the arm and ammunition master registers have not been updated, or there's very lax accounting of these firearms. Because what happens? If a firearm is involved in a shooting and it goes for testing by forensic or is removed for some reason, it must be updated. So sometimes, many times, that hasn't been done. So a firearm will still be appearing on the system and it's not there. It's only when you do that biannual check, these things are discovered.
Okay, cool.
Thanks
very much. Sir.
He may actually have how I should put it, put a little light too on that situation that happened at that San Fernando police station in terms of that Corporal Rosemary may have been the person in charge of the station. She may have been the most senior person there at the time. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And which is why she probably was the target of the perpetrators.
At that point in time. Caller, good morning to you.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago, calling from Cuba.
Morning.
So I have a big concern. Everybody bumping up their mouth about this massive grave thing in time. But nobody is asking the question where which health facility those bodies came from. And it is so easy to find out. The second thing that I want to speak about is today is the 24th of April. The 24th of April 1970, there was mutiny in Tetron barracks. We seem to forget that.
Mm-hmm.
And these are things
somebody
that
put up that on the chat earlier this weekend.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I think somebody put that on the chat.
And these are events we're not supposed to forget.
True.
Because that was the first big thing in Trinidad and Tobago, a mutiny by the army. And the other thing is, a lot of times you call the police station, and the police themselves is giving you information. I alone in the station, everybody going out on patrol, so you could call back later or come in the morning. So I don't understand what is happening. Here it is. You have two police playing your whole for this matter, and there's only one you're advertising. The second thing is that here it is. Somehow nobody has learned what has taken place. And it's not the first time police getting killed in station. I could remember someone in Brasso in Vancouver. Corporal, they killed up there. Blandy shells. But this thing that happened in San Fernando, they're still not dealing with this thing properly to me. Because it is so simple to find out, okay, how much police is attached to that station, what they're doing with all these guns, and most likely the evidence that is showing that this man at the hole may get away. So I am listening and I'm very concerned about the event that is taking place.
Okay, no problem. Thanks very much. Well, nobody has actually been charged, and that is one of the things that people have to be cautious with. They're sharing people's pictures outside there, and you have to be careful with that, right?
You're right. They've only been posting one person's picture all over, but I don't know who's doing it or where.
It looks like people are doing it, but it may have come from somewhere inside. Somebody want to get it outside, but people have been sharing it as if the person has been charged, and that is not so. So be careful. Good morning to you.
Morning, Richard. Wendell, Steve.
Morning. Steve?
Steve
is here now.
Well, we know who you're talking about. Go ahead.
We
don't worry. I know who you're talking about. Go ahead. Yes.
Oh, gosh. Sorry about that. Why it is everything in this country has to be a big mystery, like a big CIA investigation. that thing with that body, those bodies found in Kumutu, it's very easy for them to find out. They say they arrested. It is alleged they arrested these two guys who were burying these bodies. They have to be able to tell the police who it is, where they get these bodies from. Why? That is a big mystery to solve. Good Lord, my goodness. Let me tell you something. You see, when I saw that guy's face on the media, the police officer, they said they arrested. I am saying, I always heard they said, they don't reveal who the person is until they are charged. So
Until
I was
they appear in
shocked when I
court.
saw this guy. What is that?
Until they appear in court.
Yes. So
Mhm.
I was shocked when I saw this officer and they saying because they later on they come and say they hold 6 more. And I'm saying, but this guy, this police officer face was all over. So I saying, what the hell is going on? And the next thing, I don't know if you all saw on CNC3 yesterday, where HDC is saying, the government is saying, they're going to have to demolish some townhouses that was built in 2023. I think Dr. Lee said they built 23 townhouses in this terrestrial gardens that is uninhabitable. You can't go, they can't rent it, sell it to nobody because of structural bad work. And you are hearing they can't get the contractor. How the hell you could pay a contractor to build homes for you? He do rubbish, and all you can get, that man should be in court.
Yeah.
He should be charged. And Dr. Lee is saying they have to demolish the townhouses. Beauty, imagine so much people waiting for house. They have to demolish these 93 townhouses in
93?
Chester Gardens. What you said, Wenda?
93, I said?
Yes, 93. Go on CN3 News and you will pull it up. 93. And Dr. Lee is saying, because he is a minister of housing, he is saying it's going to cost the state $30,000 per townhouse to take down, to demolish it. And I'm saying, Lord, look how taxpayers' money jumping up.
Yeah, wasted.
93 by 30,000. Good Lord, I read
I didn't
up
see that news, no?
No,
I didn't see
yeah.
that news.
I didn't see it, but I'll check it out, Miss Henry.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Y'all have a blessed.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You know,
Just to go back to her first, the first issue she raised about the funeral home. Then the guys said they were doing it for a particular funeral home, and then the funeral home said they distanced themselves from it.
So
I
where
think
the
I
body
read
come
that.
from? Yeah, at least somebody should know where the bodies are coming from, right?
Trinidad sweet, yes.
Trinidad laughable, you know, and that is it. You know, the people be doing things, but when the thing goes south, you can't find who's responsible. So we don't know who was responsible for giving the okay
Charles,
the
all
order.
we have to say it wasn't me, you know. We have a person who was on video doing certain acts, and he said it wasn't him, you know. You're hearing him, you're seeing him, and he said it wasn't him. All you have to say, look, that I had nothing to do with that, you know. That's all I know.
All right, anyhow, people, we are going for the news at 8 o'clock. Stay with us here. It's actually 2 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock on NETT Radio.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Guile Caribbean TV for Tuesday, the 21st of April. I'm Derek McMillan. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara has confirmed that municipal police officer Anuska Eversley was strangled and beaten to death. Speaking at a media briefing, Guevara said an autopsy revealed the 42-year-old acting corporal died from strangulation, along with blunt and sharp force injuries, ruling out earlier reports of a gunshot wound. The officer was found at the San Fernando Municipal Police Station, where a quantity of firearms and ammunition was also stolen from the strong room. Police say 6 suspects, aged between 16 and 33, are currently in custody, while others previously detained have been released as investigations continue. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service says the case remains a top priority, with officers working to determine whether others were involved. Meanwhile, Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara says more firearms and ammunition stolen from the San Fernando Municipal Police Station have been recovered. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service confirmed a second tranche brings the total to 38 firearms and over 900 rounds of ammunition, following an earlier recovery of 22 weapons. Guevara says an audit is still ongoing to determine how many items were originally stolen, while 6 suspects remain in custody. He adds that immediate reforms are being introduced to strengthen firearm storage and prevent a reoccurrence as investigations continue. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles has criticized Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar over the government's handling of crime, describing it as a national leadership crisis. In a statement, Beckles accused the Prime Minister of downplaying recent violent incidents, including the killing of a municipal police officer and the theft of firearms from a police station. She argued these developments represent a national security issue, not a municipal one, and criticized attempts to distinguish between the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and municipal police. Beckles said the country needs clear answers and action, calling on the government to take responsibility and present a credible plan to address crime and recover the missing weapons. A 32-year-old suspect, held in connection with the jet ski death of 7-year-old Angelica Jogi at Pigeon Point, has been released pending further investigations. The suspect was arrested at his Canaan home hours after the April 8th incident, in which Angelica was struck while at the beach with relatives. She later died at the Scarborough General Hospital. Senior Superintendent Rodhill Kirk said investigators are continuing to gather statements and will submit a file to the Director of Public Prosecutions for advice. Meanwhile, 4 people, including a 9-year-old child, were shot and killed in an ambush along Lady Young Road, Morvant, on Sunday night. Police said the victims were in a vehicle heading home from a family outing when gunmen opened fire near the Shiloh Seventh-day Adventist Church. A 5th victim was wounded and remains hospitalized. Investigators believe the attack may be gang-related. In regional news, police in Barbados are investigating a deadly shooting at a beach bar in Lower Carlton, St. James, which left 3 men dead on Sunday night. The Barbados Police Service said 3 men exited a vehicle and opened fire on a group gathered along the beach, injuring 4 people. 1 victim died at the scene, while 2 others later succumbed to their injuries at a medical facility. The identities of the deceased have not yet been released. Meanwhile, Legal Affairs and Criminal Justice Minister Michael Lashley condemned the violence, describing it as a senseless act and warning that escalating gang conflict is spiraling out of control. He said law enforcement will use all available legal measures to bring those responsible to justice and restore order. In international news, tensions are rising ahead of planned talks between the United States and Iran, with Pakistan pushing to keep negotiations on track before a fragile ceasefire expires midweek. Over the weekend, U.S. forces seized an Iranian-flagged vessel accused of breaching a blockade, prompting threats of retaliation from Tehran. Iran has also restricted traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, a key global oil route, sending energy prices sharply higher. Meanwhile, diplomatic efforts are expanding, with talks between Israel and Lebanon expected to resume in Washington, even as a separate ceasefire holds in Lebanon. U.S. President Donald Trump said American negotiators are en route to Islamabad, but signaled he is unlikely to extend the ceasefire. With more than 3,000 people reported killed in Iran since the conflict began, uncertainty remains over whether talks will proceed as tensions continue to escalate. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Scan
Scandal in Citrus heads back to Cipriani College. You heard right. The Scandal is back at Cipriani College on Saturday the 25th of April at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 26th at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available now at usual outlets and online. Box office at Cipriani College opens on Monday 20th of April, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. People can't get enough of Scandal in Citrus. Cipriani College, we coming back.
Scandal in Citrus.
Are you taking care of your sexual health and overall well-being? At Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, we believe your confidence, wellness, and intimacy matter. Visit us at our convenient locations: 10 Carmody Street, St. Augustine, Edinburgh, Chaguanas, Shops of Daybay, 95 Circular Road, Vistabella, Docks Ranch Light Pole 51, SS Aaron Road, Penal, and Metro Hotel, Suite 1, Number 2, Knoll Street North, Couva. From relaxing massage services to professional guidance on sexual wellness, we are here to support you every step of the way. Consult with renowned sexologist Dr. Raj Ramnanan for expert advice tailored to your needs. Take the first step toward a healthier, more confident you. Call 285-9739 or 645-4543 to book your appointment today. Total Image and Dr. Raj Adult Boutique, where wellness meets confidence.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Central Bank Auditorium, the ridiculously funny comedy Two Fat Fellas is coming April 25th and 26th.
2 nights only.
Two Fat Fellas stars Cecilia, Penny, Kevon, Zachary, Rachel, and Rose.
Tickets available at Dorman Shoe Store, Long Circular Mall, Anthony's Floral, Valpark, Beachology, Mokorapa Road, A-Squared Stores, Eastgate Mall, Brentwood Plaza, C3 Center, and the Falls at Westmore. And IslandEtickets.com. Central Bank box office opens Thursday the 23rd of April. For more info, call or text 683-0356 or 683-4843.
Two Fat Fellas, Central Bank, 25th and 26th of April. 2 nights only.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Okay, everybody. So we're inside the final hour on the breakfast show here on New Era TT Radio. And we're happy to be here with you. Just to let you know that we are now streaming on all of your major platforms. So wherever you may be and whatever you're custom streaming on, you can you will have no problem in getting us on TuneIn. You are now on Simple Radio. You can also get us on Radio Garden, MyTuner Radio, and also on the online radio box. So whichever streaming platform you normally stream, guess what? You can get us there. As well, you can get us on our platform at netradiott.com. There's so much conversation taking place. Wendell, you know that internet where you are is real good.
Which one?
Yeah. The internet has been seamless this morning.
Oh,
okay. So one thing in Japan, they have good internet.
Yeah. It actually have open internet different places you go, free. In certain parts. Yeah.
I find we taking too long to get to that point, man. I don't know. What taking Trinidad to be go so long to get in.
Yeah.
I'm not reading a very interesting article here Let me share it with you guys one time, because this could be a talking point for us here in Trinidad and Tobago at some point in time. It says that phones are to be banned in schools by law in England under government plans. So it says that, phones. So it says that, let me read part of the story for you. It says the government has said it will introduce a legal ban on smartphones in schools in England. Education Minister Baroness Jackie Smith told the House of Lords on Monday that the government would take an amendment to its landmark Children's Wellbeing and Schools Bill, creating a clear legal requirement for schools on the matter. The Department for Education, DFE, said the move will give legal force to what schools are already doing in practice. Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson had written to schools earlier this year encouraging them to follow new guidelines that schools be phone-free for the entire day. The government has said it will put that guidelines on a statutory footing, which means schools must pay attention to it. And it argues that this is different from what the Conservatives have been advocating, which is an outright legal ban. Yeah. I don't know if that is something that that Trinidad and Tobago will, because we have been having discussions with that over time here too. I don't know, because Trinidad is such a funny society. If it was not for cell phones, half of the things that happen in schools we'd never have known, and they would never have taken action to deal with some of them. So there's a good and a bad in it, I suppose.
In everything.
Yeah. True. How do you strike that balance? So during the school day, no phones. It's something just like where you are on the train.
Japan,
you
can be on your phone, but you can't be talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
yeah,
I don't know how much of that could happen in our space here in TNT.
Yeah, like today we walk through, traffic lights. There are traffic lights all over, of course, and crossing lights, and sometimes narrow spaces. But of course, for if you watch, there's no traffic on the road at that point in time, but you take a chance and cross. That happens everywhere, right? In Japan, they frown on that. Wait till that light changes and then you cross. You understand?
Yeah.
Because we get some stairs today.
Trinidad need to adopt some, because just last week I was watching that every time I go into Port of Spain and I am coming out of City Gate, I see people, and it's the majority of people stand up now and wait on the traffic light. But there are always a few, and I saw a lady with a child. That is the worst part about it too. The light is on green for the traffic, and because no traffic is coming, she takes the child and she walks across the crosswalk. But anything at that point in time could speed around the corner, or you could just misjudge, that traffic oncoming. Now you have to race, or So I don't know. I don't know why people don't like to wait on the traffic light. Trinidad is a real funny place, boy, and we have so many things that are just wrong.
But there was a charge, if you remember, called jaywalking, where if you are by a light, you're supposed to wait until it stops. I don't know if that is still a charge on our books. Yes, sir?
I don't know. And maybe that is why, because we don't enforce things, so we have a lot of things on the books. As you would realize, we have plenty laws on the books, but nobody is enforcing any of them, and people feel that they can just do, and that is because there's nothing that reminds people what they should be doing also, Wendell. In Trinidad and Tobago, there's no awareness campaign that takes place, and this is why I feel, and I've always said it, that school is so important in this country, that is Trinidad and Tobago, to put things in there for, besides just the teaching of the academic subjects and sports and stuff, way of life, things that we should be doing. Now, I'm not saying to go and overburden our teachers who are already overburdened, but I believe there should be certain things like that. You know, how to cross the road, you know, how to keep your surroundings clean. I know someone like my wife, she's a teacher, right? And she would enforce in her class that when the children come in, when it's lunchtime, you all finish eat, pick up your stuff, clean up your space, put your things in the bin. They have certain bins for certain things. Food goes out in the bins outside. Paper goes in the bin inside and stuff. And what they trying to correct some parents. Some parents actually come in the school for you know. Some people, we're telling my child pick up paper for me, and I'll have somebody to who's supposed to clean the school. You know, this is the kind of reaction that we get, you know, from people. So it doesn't say, you know, I mean, well, encourage your child not to throw paper on the floor now, you know. You would find yourself in school to challenge the teachers and them on rules and certain things, you know. Yeah. We are a funny place.
Funny, we so well, yeah, so
and that is keeping us back, you know. But then we travel and we go and we hear. Well, don't talk about now we're seeing, because you know about it. If you can't travel, it's coming at you now. So at least you're seeing the videos, you're seeing the pictures. A lot of those things, and they are not made up things, you know. Those are real things. When you see people places and you see the place, as I said, I had a friend. And last year he was going to like all those carnivals and things like that. Every time it's a carnival, he going to all, and he's sending me pictures from the carnivals and that kind of thing. And while he is sending me the pictures, he's sending it to me for me to see how the people get on and how the carnival and the kind of mass and thing. And all I am looking at in all of the pictures is the buildings, the parks, the benches. Carnival happening and the place clean. And I said, well, wow, this is not Trinidad. You know, yeah, you're seeing people, they're widen, they're going down the street, but when you look all on the side and the areas where they have the flowers and the plants and things, nobody not going there, you know.
Yeah. So, Charles, I mean, I'm seeing that in Japan here. They have the Narita Drum Festival. Thousands of people in the street. And of course, today we went in Chinatown, and there is not one single piece of paper on the ground. Nothing. And everybody, and today in Chinatown, everybody has eaten something. They either eating an ice cream, or they eating some piece of fish, or they eat something. They eat. Everybody has something in their hand eating.
Yes, everybody eats something.
And there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the ground.
Yeah. No bottle, no cup, no paper, no nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. You know, and then we want to be all of that, you know. But we really don't really want to put in the work to reach to that kind of standard. You know, we don't want to encourage our children to do certain things, and sometimes we have been doing things wrong for so long, you know.
Yep.
That we just continue to do it, you know. But
so, we can take a couple calls, people, because we have about 8 minutes left. So we could take about 16 calls in 8 minutes.
We have people listening. Okay, yeah, what I think 16 calls. All right, so people 281-131-529-9516. As we are in the faded areas of the breakfast show on this Tuesday morning. Good morning to you,
Magic. I see you on the chat this morning. You need to
see me. This kind of faded hours. I know I like it, you know. Good morning to you, Sir Charles. And because the other one sometimes, you know, I just want to tease Richard a little bit. But where he gone in the background full in his face, I don't like it. This faded hours. Anyhow, let me get him a piece. Thank you for taking my call.
No problem.
And you, Sir Charles, when they send the pictures, don't fool us now. You go look at the parks and things, and so, but you must look at a little boom, see? All the pictures are coming out. You want to tell me you're looking at that?
No, I want you to see the place. I want you to the place. Right. I just watch you boom, see last.
I feel that coming first, and then I look it around. Anyhow, I want to just get in my 2 cents. on, you see why I voted one? Because I don't think that they will not charge somebody for that officer's death, because it happened right in the mouth. So if you can solve a thing in your own station in police, whether it's municipal or otherwise, then all the can solve nothing.
Yeah.
So that is why I put one. I'm very hopeful that will happen.
Okay.
I want to talk about the dead bodies that were buried. So anybody, according to what I've been hearing for the morning, anybody could borrow a van and go to any institution that have a morgue and get dead bodies to go and dispose of. If that is the case, then we're living in a twilight zone. Because I would expect there is a procedure. When I say so, at least for you, they must have people who are the registered people that will pick up these people from institutions. Whether it's a funeral home or a particular person, you must have a contract with that with the departments, whether it's Northwest Regional, Southwest, whatever, however. Or I trying to understand it. It can't just be anybody going and pick up dead, and because they said some of the dead had tags on their toes. So why can't the police trace that? They take off the tags.
Yeah.
You must have some record who came for the bodies, and that when you hand them over. So then, we living in a Viking country, we in third world again. We must see sixth world. So I'm very concerned about that, and I think they need the two guys they held has to be forthright in saying how they got the bodies, because everybody will play no blame game now. You understand? So the young men will have to tell them where they got the bodies, how they got them, or whether it's from a funeral home or not. Because everybody jumping out now to take a back seat.
Yeah, they must have to process, man.
Country.
Yeah, it must have
That's
process.
what I want to say. Madness. We living in a twilight zone. Anyhow, I already dressed for Pigeon Point. I hope they have no jet skis there now, because I've been in Solos for a couple of days, and the boys and them still here merry on the jet ski. So I don't know what they're really doing about it, where they're designating for those things, but they're still having a good time. I don't know what is wrong with people. This country don't learn at all until somebody drop a serious lawsuit on maybe the House of Assembly. If they have to be the ones controlling it, things won't change.
Thank you very much, Sina.
You have a good day, and I'll be looking out. Don't forget, I forget your red mango and so.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right, so bye. You all have a good day. Everybody. Ciao.
Thank you very much. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, guys.
Morning, Vincent.
Our institutions and them, just like the point I was making, I call on the program and I make that point already. We supposed to be using the institution and them to build the quality and to drive the nation where we want to go. We you understand? We want to point the people to building that attitude. They say in Japan, children so protected. Children going to school, nobody in looking to harm a child. Children say the safest place for children. I see that they're showing that. The quality and the attitude of the people, and we need to do that. Watch the workers in the corporation and them coming to clean. And it's a half picked up them doing them seeing things and leaving nothing.
Yeah.
And them just busy to go. And them the attitude of we people, we as I say, we supposed to use the institutions, the schools, the churches, all them places supposed to be imparting that certain knowledge that's supposed to be in the home too. Parents and things have the responsibility too, because the home is our number one institution too. And that is one of the institutions we affecting the world right now, because that institution get weak, the home institution, that institution breaking down. So all of that impacting the society with that lack of that quality home environment with children getting the values and all them things instilled in them. That impacting the outer society too, because of that breakdown at the home to it. But the state have a responsibility to use their institution with them managing to impact a certain thing in the population, and we've been falling down on that for decades.
A long time. Yeah. Vincent, thanks very much. Yeah, we've been
minutest piece of paper they're picking up.
Yeah.
I didn't videotape that guy that day.
I saw the garbage truck pass by me here. And they picking up the bags. When the guy go with the bag, if anything fall out of that bag or anything, they leaving that, They're coming back for that, That had a blow all over the place.
I see a garbage truck today, but actually not one, more than one. It's the cleanest vehicle as a garbage truck I've ever seen.
I'm not going to tell you that too. Yeah, clean. Yeah,
I see the garbage truck clean.
Yeah. Mr. Billy, good morning. How are you doing?
Oh, good morning, man, to you all. I'm seeing Wendell, man. Wendell, where you are in Japan?
Yes, Mr. Billy. Yes, Mr. Billy. I'm in Yokohama.
I was seeing an old video like that, earthquake sometime there.
Yes, yesterday there was an earthquake and they had a tsunami watch. Yesterday, day before.
Yes, I saw that, but it was an old video, but I saw that. Diving into those two incidents in the last 40 hours, I want to address that police incident with the policewoman who get killed there. Very unfortunate. Condolences to her family. She will have loved ones who will be traumatized by this incident. But I want to say, I would like to have a forensic investigation into what took place at that municipal police place in San Juan, which I know. I remember we used to go down to do Independence Day parade. We used to go in that same area there, and I know the place good. And I am saying, when you feel the worst has taken place in Trinidad, here comes this incident over the weekend. And as a former member of the Defense Force, I am extremely disturbed by what took place there. I want to ask Wendell a question, being most of his life with the corporation. If individuals don't store weapons like for safekeeping there too in those municipalities like the one in Port of Spain there, if people who are firemen leaving the country, if they don't be allowed to store weapons, because here there's a controversy with the amount of weapons that was there that was taken away. But he will answer that maybe when I don't make my contribution. I am saying the head of that place, whoever is the superintendent, whatever rank he is, he should be removed forthwith. Forthwith he should be removed. Because it seems like they were running a very slack ship there. Very slack ship. Because something like that should have never taken place. And I use the word forensic, not only for this at that San Fernando municipal place, but it should have it all over the boroughs. In San Grande, in Point Forte, in Diego Martin, all about. We have those kind of police forensic. Go and check and see what is happening there. Because it's not looking good. We're not looking good at all. And even on the international, where Wendell, where you are, you can know what happened in St. James within a few minutes. So I am saying we need to call and investigate all the corporation municipal places in them. We need to do that. And with respect to what took place in terms of these bodies and things, again, I will make the point is that people only want to know when it's paydays, right? We have been saying that those, those funeral homes and them is a hustle. And I say it with no apology, it's a hustle. And them don't care who take with a throw in a hole just like that. Very, 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 very bad. I watched that video and I'm saying, oh my God, that is not Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm saying, I have nothing to celebrate. I will not be attending no celebration on Saturday. I will find myself in the Roman Catholic Church and George Carbon Street and pray for this country. Pray for that 9-year-old child who get killed Sunday night in Mumova Junction, right by the water. I'm going and pray because I am saying I don't like what is happening. I spoke against it in the PNM time, and I'm speaking more with this government who I support. I don't like how this crime thing is happening in this country. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Dini.
Yeah, taking your calls to 81131529951556. Also, that tragic situation coming out of Louisiana yesterday, yeah, with the guy that shot the 8 children, you know, and you're hearing it could be because of the wife wanted to leave the relationship, and they said that there was this guy that he was staying with said that when that happened, when that talk of leaving and the relationship, he started to behave strange. He started to behave strange, and look what is the situation now. But availability of guns again, and the ease, and these are the kind of devastating effects that happen because of it. Hola, good morning.
Good morning, Sir Charles.
Hi, Dabada.
Morning, Mr. Japan.
Morning.
Yeah. So this morning I went there. My son does not go to work, so I don't have to make any breakfast or prepare anything for him to go. I said I will log up and watch you all until it's finished. Because I'm going to another funeral again this morning for 10:30. So I said I will log up until you all sign up and then I'll organize. Decided just to come downstairs to check. Watch now, my bathroom downstairs flood out like water.
You forget to turn off the pipe.
Water. No, the pipe. No, because I forgot to open no pipe. Because I normally, we still have a little tip of water, a little oil or water drip. But the both bathroom and toilet, the things that is still on the bottom, but the angle bar and so on, both of them not even locking off. So I think that's the main thing for the water.
Oh, I got a plumber. I got a plumber inside.
I have a plumber, so I say I won't call him early. I'll call him around 7:30. One call him 7:30. He's already on a job.
You see, the man starts early.
And he ain't talking about telling the guys to put this, put that. I say, well, I tell him tomorrow. So, that short hour, I put newspapers. You don't have newspapers because you have a whole set. I'm glad I get to use them too, but not for that reason. If you see water in this place, I can use him. I say, wash boy, and I started from my daughter before when I leave. All I looking up the water, I still see dripping and I don't know how come. So I say, oh my gosh, this water. I hate when you see it come to a place I could imagine people who get flooded out in basements, how they feel. Because this will happen, you know what I mean? So that is my thing. And while you were talking about the funeral homes, I heard an interview yesterday where goes on the other funeral home, Simpson. I never knew you don't need a license to open a funeral parlor. So you could just do anything and just say you have funeral home, get 2 hearse or 1 hearse and 2 coffins. And you have a
business. And in
business. Because the man, one of the morticians?
Yeah.
The funeral woman, he said he lives in a residential area and there's one opposite him. So the person asked, so you didn't object? You can't object because you don't need a license for that. I was shocked. That's why in Tunapuna alone, Sir Charles, you might know. Sir Charles, like every street now, there's a funeral home. And I don't know where the water goes. Where is that water running off, Sir Charles? I pass down different streets. Part of the street, by the library. That's by the library. You want up, going up by the opposite police station, opposite Paje. All of these places just have funeral homes sprung up like that. So I don't see why you don't need a license.
Yeah.
So
no, you don't.
People dying.
And trust me, people dying, naturally dying, and crime taken away half of them.
Anyway, enjoy yourself, sir.
All right. Take care. You know how many complaints we used to have in the city corporation about funeral homes and about people don't want it in the neighborhood and many times we used to have that because it, of course, Port of Spain is in especially St. James Woodbrook is largely residential. But I saw a funeral home on Peter Avenue recently. There's big funerals there, but I mean, as it's like most businesses in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, they're not regulated. Anybody could open any type of business. If anybody could open a construction company, you know, so.
What I would like to see also is especially in our area here in the Turnapuna area, health inspectors, because you don't see them here. You hear about them every now and then in Port of Spain and other places, but I think they need to check out some of these food and fast food outlets in this Turnapuna area, because you are seeing some things, and I mean, and if you can normally see certain breaches, that means in the back it have plenty other things that are going on. You understand? So health inspectors, all they need to do all their work in this area, man. It's getting overbearing now, man.
That's another area people are falling down on. A lot of things they're just not regulated, but again, you know, it's some people say that's the way they prefer to live, I guess, you know what I mean? Because they can't live in an ordered society. You know what I mean?
That's a poor excuse.
Out here, very ordered, I can tell you that.
The world in a lot of places are very ordered. Yeah, let's take our final caller before we go. Captain Ron, good morning.
Good morning, Sir Charles and Richard, and Japan Air 01. How are you, sir?
How are you going, Captain Ron?
All right, very good. Well, nice that you made it. 13 hours there. It's the same flight time from the US to Addis Ababa. 13 hours. So
well, how to do that one again?
Make it again.
Yeah.
You know, two things. That thing what they're proposing in England, I think that's not going to work, because that's like saying you're not going to put cameras all over the place anymore. These things have proven to be working, and because of that, we're learning more things and we see more things and now it's harder for people to tell lies when we can have it on camera. So I think that's not going to work. Whoever is thinking that that's reasonable, they're thinking of they need to grow up and realize this is 2026, you know, not 1926. That's what they need to do. And I hope Miss Kamala Prasad doesn't try to copycat that as well, because that doesn't work. It's not going to work. We need to keep seeing what's going on in the schools and look at what's happening in Louisiana and here in America with all those school shootings, where guns are in Florida now. You don't even need a permit to buy a gun. You don't even need a permit to walk with a gun. You just have to not make it be seen. You have to conceal it on you once you're walking with it in Florida, all of Florida.
Right.
So this is why when I'm driving in Florida, I don't blow my horn for nobody. I just let them have their way, because people pulling out guns and shoot you for no reason.
Let them go.
It's crazy driving, I find. They drive
also I think Wendell, let me say this. The reason why you see those garbage trucks so clean is because they're washed every single day. Check it out. All right? They don't play with that. They wash them every night.
Yeah.
You know? So they go out of their way, and people are well trained from young, from home, how to be and how to live clean and cleanliness and what is good it's about. So we in Trinidad, we can, but I think we're too lazy. And we like to go and admire other people, like when you come here and go in other places. But when we come home to ourselves, we don't want to do it. We're just not dedicated enough, I would say. You know, we just want to admire other people's stuff. But I'm sorry to hear about that police officer that happened there. My question is, right, don't they have cameras in the police stations?
They're supposed to.
And they said that the system was taped over. I'm not too sure.
We can remember if it's police, but they know what to hide on, so they tape over the camera.
Yeah. So the police officer that they held, they released them? I saw them in Yon Island yesterday.
They released, I think, 2 people, but they still have 6 in custody. That was the latest news yesterday in the press conference. They didn't say if
this is why I vote yes, because they just have to separate them and tell them a few lies. Well, this one said it's you, and that's how they get people to talk. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the best to them.
Thanks very much, Captain Ron.
Thanks,
Be
Captain
safe, have a
Ron.
good day. Be safe down there, Sir Charles.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah.
You know where I went yesterday, Sir Charles, just set it off. It's called the Shibuya Crossing. It's widely recognized as the world's busiest pedestrian crossing. We went there yesterday, and let me tell you something, it is an amazing sight because it's like a big junction area with people coming from all different directions. And they at one point in time, all the traffic stops and people, they say as much as 3,000 people cross during those few seconds.
Right.
During that time.
It's kind of crazy, like you can run into people.
But nobody walking into one another, but everybody has the camera out filming this phenomenon as they cross it. You understand? It's an amazing sight.
How things just happen, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How these things just
they say it's recorded as over 2.4 million people cross that area daily on a daily basis. Could you imagine that?
Boy, imagine that. Yeah, but yes, at the Captain Ron, if you should come to Trinidad and see the condition of the garbage trucks, they look old, beat up. They look like sometimes they probably might just spray in the back where the garbage is, but they don't wash down the trucks and
they smell.
Yeah, and they smell, and you could see the dirt and all kind of thing on the truck on them, like they clean the truck for months, years, like they never clean some of them truck. If you see the wheels, I mean, a garbage truck in Trinidad and Tobago is a sight to behold, you know. Anyhow, people, we're getting ready to pack it up for this morning. We had an extended run this morning, and we're happy that we're able to do that with you. Before we go, just to let you know that Scandal in Citrus is on this weekend.
At Cipriani College.
At Cipriani College. The box office is open. I think the box office open from today. Right, so you can go and get your tickets and, of course, get it at all the usual outlets that Richard normally talk about. I can't remember some of them, but so I won't attempt them to make the others feel small. But, hey, get your tickets for Scandal in Citrus. It's happening this Saturday, 8:30 p.m., Sunday, 6:30 p.m. at Cipriani College. And remember, you can go and check out RSRR Production on line, Facebook. Right? Check out the page. Buy your tickets online. Buy it early because the show has been selling out. Richard, I hope I did you good justice today.
I was saying, like you know more what he played on Richard. Anyway, folks, have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God.
Okay. So remember, you to stay with us on New Era TT Radio. That's NETT Radio, TT.com. So when we come on for the stream, you can pick us up there. Also, NETT Radio Trinidad. Remember, you can get us on all the streaming platforms now. So you get us on TuneIn, you get us on MyTuner Radio, Radio Box, you're getting us on Radio Garden, Simple Radio. All you have to put in, and all of those platforms that you are streaming, just put in NETT Radio Trinidad. NETT Radio Trinidad, and we will prop up in between there, and you can now listen to us on any of your favorite streaming platform. Don't forget to join our YouTube our WhatsApp channel also. If you'd like to, just send us a text that says, hey, send link. That's all you need to say, send link, and you can do that to any one of our 281 numbers, 281-1315 or 299-5156. All right, Wendell.
All right, this has been
The Breakfast Show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here, we bring in the soca way. Yeah, yeah, yeah.